evening, everybody, and welcome. Hello. I'm dressed all smart because I have just come back from a meeting with a Member of Parliament at the Houses of Parliament, Westminster. More on that later. I'm saving that for tomorrow. Today, we are talking about some private tutors, Scientology executives at the Church of Scientology London who run a private tuition firm who got in some hot water. They got in trouble for claiming they had an endorsement from the council, which was false. So let's talk about that. But firstly, let's say hello to some people in the chat. Leanie is here. Welcome to the chat. Please remember to hit like button and subscribe. Absolutely. If you are watching this, give it a thumbs up and make sure you've checked the bell so you get notifications whenever I go live. Lisa Terry, hi Alex, and chat eagerly awaiting. Hello, thank you. And this guy, Praxis Nexus, says, hi, Alex. Hi, chat. Hello. Thank you for joining. Okay, so we're going to be talking about trusted tutors. This here is their website. They are a private tuition firm, specialists in maths, science, and English. We are a London and Southeast based tuition agency centre. We offer private and group tuition in all subjects, including maths, English, and science. We tutor all levels and ages for general tuition, exam preparation, homeschooling, and in-school tuition. Our tutors can come to your home or school. So just to clarify, this is a private business. This is not a company that's run by the Church of Scientology. It's not a front group like Narconon or Criminon or the Truth About Drugs or anything like this. This is a private business run by Scientologists, and two of the co-founders are currently also working as executives at the Church of Scientology in London. So this is their website, and they are part of the National Tutoring Program. There's a few videos here. Here's a picture of the founders on their website. Now, every time I show the faces of Scientologists, I get a privacy strike because apparently it's against the YouTube guidelines to show people's faces. However, this is, as you can see, their publicly accessible website, trustedtutors.org.uk, and their picture is there, publicly viewable and accessible. So if I get a privacy strike for this, that's my defense. But those are the founders, and this guy here in the middle and this lady on the right hand side, whose names I shan't mention just yet, they are the current staff members at the Church of Scientology London. Now, this is where it starts to get interesting. They have a section on their website that says who we've educated with, and it has various logos of different schools and councils. So Hackney Council is an example of a local authority that apparently they have a relationship with. The British International School, Kingsdale Foundation School, Havering, the London Borough, that's a council. Bramblety, which is a private school in Sussex, just around the corner from Scientology's headquarters. The Charter School, Bermondsey. Heron Books, which is the publishing arm of the Delphi Academy over in the United States. And that's all that it shows on this banner now. But that is not what it looked like just a few days ago. There are a few reviews on Google here, and so on and so forth. Their address here in Hackney is viewable on the website. It looks, even though it's a business address, it does look like from Street View to be a private home address. I haven't been down there to check it out, but that is their publicly accessible site. And it looks like they have genuinely worked with various schools. They have some letters of recommendation, and I've just noticed one of them's been taken down. There were two here. One was from the Sackville School in Sussex. That was here only earlier today, and it has been taken down. I expect that is because of a result of the article that I'm about to read you. Now, why is this interesting? Why should you care? Two staff members at the Church of Scientology. One of them is the person in charge of the ethics division. It's the HAS, the HCO area secretary. HCO stands for Hubbard Communications Office. Area Secretary. So this person is in charge of declaring enemies of the church, suppressive people. This guy is in charge of handing out lower conditions formulas and ethics punishment, and it is the person who enforces Scientology's ethics policies and techniques within the Church of Scientology. They are somebody who I would be concerned about having any sort of relationship with any children in a professional capacity because of that role. The lady, his mother, Dorothy, who's the lady that was pictured on the website, she is the director of training. She's in charge of training auditors, making people go up the left-hand side of the bridge so that they can deliver Scientology's auditing services and get people to the state of clear. Now, this is a problem because Scientology's policy around disabled students, people who have learning difficulties, that sort of thing, Scientology teaches that those things are your fault. In Scientology, if the idea is that you're a spiritual being with more power, ability, and control than you can ever imagine. And Scientology is supposed to help you unlock your true potential. Now, that all sounds wonderful. However, the problem is if you're in a situation where, for example, you've been in a car accident and you're physically disabled, maybe it's a disability you've had since birth, or maybe you have learning difficulties, something of that nature, because you're a spiritual being with more control and power over your environment than you can ever imagine, that means you are causing that condition to happen to you. And the only reason for that is because of your past transgressions and or a relationship to a suppressive person, an enemy of the church. So you are responsible for your own condition in life, which means if you're disabled or have learning difficulties, it's your fault. And the question Scientology asks is, what did you do to pull it in? Now, there is no suggestion here that Trusted Tutors is employing Scientology policy or techniques or study tech or anything on the students that they are working with. I couldn't find any evidence of that. However, it's important to note that one of the founders of this organization is responsible for declaring people suppressive people, and he is responsible for making sure people do ethics actions when they do something wrong. And for example, being a disabled person or someone with special educational needs, you're considered a degraded being, and therefore you're going to have some ethics handlings to do in Scientology. So that belief is in conflict with your role as a tutor for children with special educational needs. Now, I'm talking about this specifically because Sackville School, which is one of the schools, the one that has now been taken down from their website, I contacted them and asked them about the relationship they had with Trusted Tutors, and the assistant head teacher explained that they work specifically with children with special educational needs. So I raised that as a safeguarding concern. But let's have a look at the article and we'll read through what I have reported. The link is in the description if you want to read along with me. Scientology teachers in hot water after falsely claiming council endorsement. A private tuition company run by two Church of Scientology London staff members has removed misleading claims that they have a partnership with West Sussex County Council after they were found to be false. Trusted Tutors, which was co-founded by Dorothy and Scott, display several logos of schools and or local authorities on their website under the heading Who We've Educated With. The list includes Havering, Hackney, and until today, West Sussex County Council. Scott is understood to be the HCO area secretary, and his mother, Dorothy, is director of training. That's what I just explained. It is unclear whether Trusted Tutors makes use of L. Ron Hubbard's study technology. However, their position in the church presents serious safeguarding concerns for children under their supervision. Sackville School in Sussex is listed as one of their teaching partnerships, and a letter published on the Trusted Tutors website suggests they work primarily with children who have special educational needs and educational health and care plans in place. Now, EHCPs are things that I believe the local authority put in place to protect and help children who are in perhaps more need than someone who just has for example, dyslexia or difficulty reading or learning. If you have an EHCP in place, it's because you are vulnerable or you have a severe special educational need that requires additional assistance. So these people are working with vulnerable children and the most vulnerable in the school. This presents a conflict with Scientology's belief system, which denies the existence of conditions such as autism and ADHD, and teaches such people are considered degraded beings who face challenges due to pulling it in. Now, when I say Scientology denies the existence of things like autism and ADHD, I'm referring to the fact that Scientology actively protests against psychiatry through their front group CCHR, and the belief in Scientology is that all those sorts of things are caused by your reactive mind, which is what Scientology is there to cure you of. If you get rid of your reactive mind, you reach the state of clear, you no longer have those issues. And they also believe that conditions like ADHD are just made up by psychiatrists as a means to get people hooked on their psychiatric drugs in order to control them. So, yes, autism, Asperger's, all that sort of stuff falls under special educational needs. And those are all things that are denied by Scientology as genuine medical concerns. So let's carry on with this. This is the screenshot of their website before the West Sussex County Council logo was removed. It included them, it included the Griffin Schools Trust and a few others, and they have subsequently been removed. And you can see here clearly it says who we've educated with West Sussex County Council. This is the letter from Sackville School that has since been removed from their website. Sackville is a large mainstream comprehensive school with 1,700 students on roll. We first started working with trusted tutors in 2023 when we had the need for some specific and targeted intervention for some of our students with special educational needs. And yes, I know this is a little bit blurry. It's a screenshot from the website, so apologies for the quality. At Sackville, we have a wide and varied range of students with special educational needs and a relatively high number of students with educational health and care plans. One of the challenges of this is that we are taking students onto roll with an increasingly varied range of SEN, and as a mainstream school, we are often challenged at meeting all of their needs within the classroom. We are, though, a very inclusive school, and we want to provide an appropriate educational offer for this wide range of students. Trusted tutors have worked effectively with us over the last 2 terms to deliver this, and we have been reassured by their professional and competent approach. They are working currently with 2 of our students who both have complex special educational needs. They both follow a bespoke timetable where they receive core tuition from trusted tutors within the school environment and also attend mainstream lessons outside of that. This gives them the flexibility to be receiving an appropriate educational offer, but also be in an environment with appropriate peers. The process of engaging with trusted tutors was easy and efficient. Contact and communication has always been excellent, and they were quickly able to find us appropriate professionals for our needs. Due to the particular special educational needs of our students, it was appropriate to find the right tutors to be able to engage with them, which trusted tutors were able to guide us on successfully. The tutor has built a good working relationship with both of the students receiving tuition, and their academic progress has been raised as a result of this. The tutors are always professional with other staff in school and are happy to work collaboratively with them and also the parents. Engaging and working with trusted tutors has undoubtedly improved the outcomes of our students positively, and we would recommend them as an organisation to other schools or individuals considering tuition. Kind regards, Stephanie, who is, or at the time was, the Special Educational Needs Coordinator at Sackville School. Now, what that tells us is Sackville School have an agreement with trusted tutors where trusted tutors sends a tutor into the school regularly to help a student with their learning in the school environment, and it is paid for by the school, which means the taxpayer is paying for it because this is a public school that is not privately funded. It's paid for by the state. So the government, through the school, are paying for trusted tutors' services. Now, I want to be clear. I have no issue whatsoever with students with special educational needs getting additional support and help within or outside of the school environment. There is no issue with that, and I'm glad that the school here have highlighted it sounds like this student or these 2 students have actually been helped by their services. So fantastic, well done, trusted tutors, and I absolutely commend that. My problem is with regard to safeguarding. How appropriate is it for a tutor to be working in this capacity with vulnerable children who secretly, behind the scenes, believes that that person is a degraded being, and in their other job that they're holding outside of this, they are dishing out hard manual labor and locking people in rooms and other such punishments for not conforming with the ideals of Scientology. That presents a huge safeguarding concern in my mind, especially when you consider I was a child when I was locked in a room and it was under the leadership of one of the founders of this company that happened. So major concerns for me, and that's why I wrote to Sackville School and West Sussex County Council to share my concerns and figure out what the nature of the relationship is like with trusted tutors. On raising our concerns with Sackville School, assistant head teacher Alex Milliken told us, we take safeguarding extremely seriously at Sackville School. We do work with trusted tutors in a limited capacity and have carried out all safeguarding checks that West Sussex requires us to ensure we keep our students safe. However, West Sussex County Council denied they have a partnership with trusted tutors. In a statement to Scientology Business, a representative said, I have spoken with my team and I can confirm that there is no affiliation between West Sussex County Council and trusted tutors. And I've instructed my team to write to them and ask them to remove the authority's logo. The West Sussex County Council logo has since been removed. We are awaiting a response from all the other authorities that we contacted that are listed on their website. So, trusted tutors were using the logo of a council to try and win more business and seem more legitimate. And that was a false claim. Luckily, it's now been taken off, but it just goes to show how you have to question the integrity of Scientologists who consider themselves the most ethical beings on the planet. How ethical is it to use false claims of an endorsement from a council to try and win more business when you're working with vulnerable children? And that's why it's concerning, and that's why I'm investigating. Let's have a little look at these comments here. Careful JCYT says, I detest the idea that children are adults in child bodies. Why did LRH dislike children or innocence so much? Yeah, exactly. That's the thing to remember. Scientology's belief is that children are inherently not a thing. They believe that you as a spiritual being have lived for millions of years and lifetimes before, and you will live for millions more. Therefore, when you are a child, you are an adult stuck in a small body. And so the way a Scientologist will talk to a child isn't necessarily appropriate for how you should be talking to children. They talk to children like they're adults, which could be seen as empowering if you're a teenager or something like that. But if a child is crying or upset, the policy isn't to show sympathy and try and comfort the child. The policy is to employ ethics and harsh a harsh kind of tone to try and get the child to snap out of it, and with the view of being, hey, you're a Thetan, you're better than this. Don't let your reactive mind make you cry. It's appalling, in my opinion. Nisa asks, are they really going to help those kids, or are they going to use it for their own personal gain? Yeah, exactly. And again, another concern here, considering the co-founder's role in the Church of Scientology, is this being used as a recruitment front, or is this being used as an opportunity to provide parents with information about Scientology to try and recruit them in? Is it an opportunity to try and say that Scientology have worked in schools when they haven't, because it's just two Scientologists working in the school and it's just a PR thing? I don't know. But there are genuine concerns about somebody whose job it is to punish people working with children in this capacity, when their belief is that children are responsible for their own condition. Cherokee J says, Alex, I heard from my London friend today they're giving flyers to people. The routers, it is yellow. Yes, absolutely. There are people outside London Scientology buildings handing out flyers every single day. That doesn't surprise me. My printer just decided to turn on and start printing something. Sorry if you can hear that noise. It's very distracting. So let's carry on. I wanted to talk a little bit about tomorrow's protest. For those of you who have been following my channel, I've been talking a lot about the adverts that we are seeing. Why is my printer suddenly what on earth is it printing? I have no idea what is going on right now. Maybe it's the body thetans. Let me just turn my printer off. Can I do that from here? Printers and scanners. Printer queue. Stop. Yeah, it was randomly printing stuff. Strange. Okay, I'm back. Yes, so if you've been following my channel, you will know that I've been talking a little bit about these Scientology adverts that have been popping up on the London Underground. It is a big concern of mine that junk food is banned on the London Underground in terms of advertising, but abusive cults are perfectly fine. So tomorrow we are organising a protest outside the TfL headquarters. If you would like to come along, please do so. 1 p.m. is the time. There is a link in the description to the website, iasprotest.com, and I've set up a TfL protest page just here. Why are fast food ads banned but not abusive cults? Cult adverts enable abuse. Here's all the information about why it's a problem, where we're meeting, the time, and all of that stuff. 1 p.m. tomorrow, TfL headquarters near Southwark Station. And the message is cult adverts should not be allowed on TfL services as they enable and promote abuse. It is a peaceful protest. So please, if you do want to come, make sure that you are you come with a good nature and you are there because you care about the cause, not because you want to cause trouble. But me being me, I had to throw a bit of humor in there. And yesterday evening and this morning, I shared a graphic that I created, just poking a little bit of fun at their ad campaign. This here on the top is the advert that they've put out. I'm a Scientologist, Joe musician, curious. And so I made a fun little version that says, I'm an ex-Scientologist, curious, Scientologyabuse.com, which is a website I set up for survivors to share their stories publicly. It was just a little bit of fun. And I wonder if such an ad would also be allowed on the London Underground. I did just do it as a bit of a joke, but a number of you have messaged me and said that I should actually try and get this ad put on the Underground. I think it's going to be too expensive, but it's worth asking at least. So I will find out how much that would cost. And maybe we could do a crowdfund situation and we can get some ads that point people towards the support services that are available should they need help leaving or escaping Scientology. We could run a couple of ads with different people on there. I don't know. It's worth asking at least how much it would cost, but just a little bit of fun. I also wanted to talk a little bit about that website, actually, Scientologyabuse.com. If you go to the website, again, the link is in the description. I just wanted to create a central place for people to share their stories of in Scientology in an unedited way that is their own words. And this is a link that will be shared with members of parliament, with government officials, decision makers, and so on. And it is nothing but a repository of stories from survivors in their own words. So this is the Scientologyabuse.com website. It has a number of stories on there that people have sent in. And if you want to take part, you can submit your own story. You just have to click share your story here, and there's a form that you can fill out, and I will stick it up there. There's a little page here. As I said, the purpose of this website is simple. It serves only as a place for survivors of abuse in Scientology to share their stories in their own words. It will be shared with politicians, journalists, and anybody interested in hearing the truth. Scientology has for too long engaged in actions that stifles free speech, and hopefully this new endeavor will provide a platform and give a voice to those who wish to share their stories. So if you are an ex-Scientologist and you want to share your story, please consider submitting it here. It can be as long or as short as you want it to be, and it can be anonymous. You can see most of these are just sent in with their initials, or you can put your name on it if you want to. It's absolutely up to you. But please have a read through if you're interested in hearing about what Scientology is like here in the UK. You can submit your story from anywhere in the world, and these are being printed out and handed to members of parliament in my ongoing lobbying and meetings with them. So that's about it from me, guys. Massive concerns about trusted tutors, but I'm glad West Sussex County Council stepped in and asked them to remove their logo because it was a false claim of an endorsement that didn't exist. I will continue keeping an eye on their website and challenging any sort of endorsements that they have listed to see whether or not they do actually have that relationship. and I will continue reporting on that. And as I said, anyone in and around London that wants to join the protest tomorrow, we want to send TfL a message that it's not okay to promote and enable abuse through allowing cult ads on the tube. So please do consider joining us at 1 p.m. tomorrow. That's it for now from me, guys. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you all on the next one.